There'll never be no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen. All right. LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, folks. I've had a lot of people, man. Good grief. A lot of people ask me about this matchup between Paige VanZant and Jessica Eye. And I really don't talk much about Paige VanZant. It's not that I don't like Paige VanZant. I just, people get sensitive, man. Like, honestly, I think more people are sensitive about this Paige VanZant than any other fighter. Like, and as soon as you criticize her, they think you don't like her for, all these various reasons that people try to come up with. But, that's neither here nor there, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and discuss this matchup. This is a good matchup for both of them. First of all, Jessica Eye, okay, was kind of undersized at bantamweight because she was used to fighting at flyweight before she even came to the UFC. So, this is good news for Jessica Eye. She's actually going to move down to her more natural weight class to fight Paige VanZant, which this is good for Paige because Paige was struggling making these weight cuts, man. She was struggling. And, it was tough, man. And, part of that, too, played into her last fight, man. But, still, I ain't taking away, anything from Michelle Waterson because Michelle Waterson put this girl to sleep very, very fast, man. It was quick. So, I mean, we kind of have to look at it like that, too. In my opinion, I think this is a winnable fight for Jessica Eye. Yeah, I know, I said it. You're going to say, yeah, but Jessica's 1-5 in the UFC. But, see, you got to understand something about they make weight classes for a reason. And Jessica was going into the octagon, and she was literally getting outweighed. So she was fighting against a lot of bigger and stronger opponents. So in her defense, she's out of weight class anyway. And, Jessica, she's an okay martial artist. She's good. I think that she's faster than Paige VanZant. That's my opinion. I think Paige is slow. And see, people, again, they get so sensitive. I think I'm talking about I think I'm talking to a lot of teenagers. I really believe that. Paige is very, very slow, and she's flat-footed. And so her movements are not as fluid as I think they should be. Now, can Paige get better? Yeah. See, Paige is only 23. And I think Paige at this point, I think she should have waited maybe 2 years before she even made her UFC debut. I think she should have, and I think she should have stayed in those lower tier organizations, fighting on people who are at her level and below. Because when you fight those kind of opponents, and when you're young, you get a lot of experience, okay? And there are things that you're able to do, that you've implemented in the gym. You can do that in a fight against those opponents. But when you fight your Rose Namajunas, when you're fighting your Joanna Jędrzejczyks, when you're fighting your Karolina Kowalkiewicz, and if you're a young fighter, a lot of that stuff in the gym that you do, you're not comfortable enough to really pull it off, is what I'm trying to say. And Paige VanZant, she's got the aptitude to be good, but I don't think Paige is dedicating 100% of her life to her craft. Like, you got Valentina, you got Chris Cyborg, you got Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and they dedicate themselves to their craft. They're immersed in their crafts. They do this. This is what they do. Days out of the week. And Joanna, it was an interview, and she said that in the off season she can go up to as easily as between 130 and 135 pounds, which 20 pounds is a lot to lose. But it's not like she's not doing anything. She's out there running. She's out there, really conditioning. She keeps her body right. Chris Cyborg, it's not like, she's not doing anything, okay? And Chris will balloon up to 170, 175, but she's still working out. And see, that's the difference. They practice their martial arts. They're not just sitting around eating, bonbons and donuts all day. That's not what they do. Okay, they're literally going in there and they're working their craft. Valentina Shevchenko, she's always really under the weight limit. She's always under 135 pounds. She's under that. She's always at, Valentina could go fight next week and she'll make weight easily. But see, that's because these are masters of their craft. They work their craft. They work hard at it. And a lot of these fighters now, they don't work hard. They don't work hard at keeping their craft the best thing on their plate. Because you're a fighter. And see, I think that the fighters I mentioned, like Cyborg, Valentina, and Joanna, I think they understand that this is the hurt game. And a high kick here, okay, a wrong kick to the temple, and that's your career. You're done. That's why they train so vigorously. Some of these fighters, I got to shake my head at some of them. I'm like, Do you not understand that you're in a brutal sport? That your career, you're one kick away from your career being done, but you know, they do a lot of reckless stuff with their bodies, and then they wonder why they can't win. A lot of these younger fighters, they wonder why they don't get the success that they need. So I think this is a winnable fight for Jessica Eye. I think it is. I think Paige VanZant, she could win this fight. It's winnable for her. I just think Jessica Eye is a bit faster. And if Jessica's smart, what she'll do is she'll take advantage of the fact that Paige is very flat-footed. Okay? And her movements are very predictable. If she do that, she good. Now, the one thing Jessica better watch out for. Now, Paige VanZant, after everything I said, the girl can kick. Her kicking game, to me, is her best weapon. Okay, Paige is good at that. And if Paige land those kicks, they hurt. Okay? I can't take that away from Paige. That's the best thing in her arsenal is her kicking game. It's not a ground game. It's not her jabs. It's not, no. It's her kicking game. And if Paige smart, Jessica Eye, you can set her up with some kicks and, you know, hey, that could be all she wrote. But see, I would suspect that Team I, they're going to try to move. Okay? Take Paige VanZant out of her element. Okay? Don't let her come straight ahead and attack you. You're going to have to move around the octagon to get the advantage on Paige. I mean, that's what Tisha Torres did. Paige couldn't do nothing with Tisha Torres. That's just how it is, okay? But anyway, okay, now, y'all been asking me about Cyborg, and guys, I done talked about Cyborg 3 times. I done told y'all how this thing play out with Chris Cyborg. Okay, guys, she's still calling out Holly Holm. But what are we going to do? Are we going to make her stop calling out Holly Holm? I mean, not really. And in my opinion, you know, I think Chris need to stop because, you know, why fight somebody that either she don't want to fight or the team don't? And I think Holly probably would take this fight. But I think her team, they're dead set against this, and they ain't having it. They not having it. So why keep calling the girl out if they ain't trying to fight you? You know, that's just my opinion. But now it's a catch-22. So if Chris Cyborg stopped calling her out because she can't get Jermaine in the ring, she can't get Jermaine, who the hell else is in the UFC? She can't get Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson don't want that work, okay? Megan Anderson don't want it. Jermaine Durandame don't want it. And it appears that Holly Holm team don't want it. What is she supposed to do? Who the hell is she supposed to call out? There is nobody else for her to fight. I mean, she can't keep calling out bantamweights because she's not going to do that either. I mean, let me tell y'all something. I want y'all to watch when this flyweight division, I want y'all to watch how fast that this flyweight division is going to get filled up with fighters. There are a lot of 145-pound fighters that they could call up, okay? There are a lot. Some of them in Bellator that, you know, they'll get out of their contracts, or they can negotiate a deal with Bellator to get those fighters there. And there are a lot of Invicta fighters who are tough. They're nice and strong and tough, but those fighters are not even being courted. Okay, you know, you had LaToya Walker for years. I'm talking about for damn near 2 years, she called out Chris Cyborg. And nothing materialized. And then, you know, she was dominating Charmaine Twait, and she took a back fist. Okay, Charmaine staggered her, but LaToya Walker was in no danger of being finished. But the referee found it necessary to go ahead and stop the fight. I mean, are you serious? Go back and watch that fight. LaToya Walker was in the fight. She wasn't done. Okay? And had she to beat Charmaine Twait, I think LaToya Walker would have been on her way. But that's the fight, really, man, that she pretty much had to retire, man, because what was she going to do? Climb back up the Invicta ladder again and, you know, and for little to no money? No, she wasn't going to do that. So she decided to retire. But I think she would come out of retirement. I think she's 39. LaToya Walker come out of retirement. She stay in good shape, and that'll be a good fight. I think LaToya Walker could go the distance with Cyborg. I think she's formidable enough, she's strong enough, she's durable enough to go the distance. Okay, you got Battle Cat Cindy Dandois. God bless Cindy Dandois. God bless her. And I can appreciate her tenacity, but no. If she got in there, man, Cyborg would literally like finish her in under 30 seconds, okay? That's what'll go down. Because Cindy will be in there trying to take Chris down, and Chris ain't going to even go for it. You know, Tanya Evanger tried to take Chris down, and Chris she moved back. And she's going to make Cindy Dandois try to strike with her, which that ain't going to work. Cindy going to sleep. That's just how it is. Cindy will be night-night, night-night, snoring. Now, I kind of want to see, you know, Cat Zingano is a polarizer. I like Cat Zingano. I think the fight would be good as long as it lasts. I'd give Kat Zingano 2 rounds before Cyborg finish off. But that'll be an exciting fight for 2 rounds. But the person that I'm telling y'all in 18 to 24 months will be ready to go all 5 rounds with Cyborg and be one of Cyborg's most dangerous fighters. And I'm going to tell you something. I interviewed Leonidas Letson. I interviewed her. And I'm going to tell you something. I've been following this girl now for about maybe, what, a year and a half, 2 years now. And this girl definitely, man, she is by far would be one of the most dangerous opponents. And she said, you know, if they would have offered me a fight with Cyborg this summer, you know, I would have gladly taken it. Well, she's deployed right now, but she said she wouldn't have said no to that fight, okay? She wouldn't have said no at any time. But she did admit, she said, you know, there are a few things I need to work on, you know, but I still wouldn't have turned the fight down. See, I believe her. This, she real quiet. She told me, well, coach, I'm shy. Like, I don't know. I can't tell the way she go in there and knock these people out. I mean, she putting them out. Like, Leah Letson is putting people, she putting them to sleep is what she doing. And she's quietly moving up the Invicta ladder. And I'm telling you, give this girl a couple of years, man. She'll be ready. And I'm going to tell you something. She's a tough opponent. She's tough. The girl can take a punch, okay? She can take a hit, and she's not afraid. She ain't afraid to get in there and mix it up with anybody. She don't care. And I can see this fight really being a good fight. This is the one, okay? If anybody who's going to take Cyborg the distance, she's still green. She still got some greenness behind her, but every single fight, she's getting better and better and better. And her stand-up game has gotten, like, you know, from her first fight to her last fight, I mean, her stand-up game has increased by, like, it's incredible how much better she's gotten. But I'm just saying, she not afraid of Cyborg. See, it's amazing. You got these people who literally, they not afraid to fight Cyborg, but these are the people that they can't get signed. Have y'all noticed that? Or these are the fights that they don't want to make. They don't want to make the fights with people who literally want to fight Cyborg. They don't want that. Nah, they want to, you know, have the girl trying to figure out who she gonna fight, and then they'll book fights for her. And you know, she booked her last fight. They didn't know who she was gonna fight till Tanya Evans just stepped in to fight. It's crazy, man. I think Chris Cyborg should have went ahead and went to Bellator, man. I think she should have went, and she should have just, you know, let them find opponents for her, because there's plenty of featherweights at Bellator. I think she should have went. That's my opinion, okay? But you know what? Tell me what you think. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harris. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform on YouTube.